So guys, this is Heking here, bringing you, at this point in time, you already know the news, you're already familiar with the news, but yeah, we're getting Attack on Titan Season 3, officially confirmed for next year, July, I believe, or at least towards the end of 2018, which makes a lot of sense considering the fact that, you know, they would need a lot of time to at least finish up or just get the series done by then. I mean, season 3 was pretty much officially 100% announced the moment season 2 ended with that little teaser, and then of course now the other day they confirmed it, you know, even more, and they gave us a date that yeah, it is definitely 100% coming out. So there's not going to be any delays, and we're going to get it in, I think they did say July, or at least sometime in the summer. So like at least early summer we're going to get it, or late summer that. But in that pinpoint, in that I think between that window, so we're definitely going to get it then. The big question comes down to how much they're going to adapt, and obviously if you remember the teaser, we did get all the manga covers from, I believe, volume... If I remember correctly, yeah, we got the manga volume covers from volume 13 to volume 2021, was it? I think it was 20 technically, or 21. But yeah, that pretty much confirms that we're going to get 2 story arcs, or 2 courses, as people would say. So that's the Uprising and the return to Shingagishi, or Shinga. Oh god, I still can't pronounce the bloody names properly. But yeah, we're going to get 2 storylines. That's actually not officially 100% known. But the Uprising has been confirmed, because that's the next arc. And we even got a poster for it with Eren, you know, chained up in that crystallized area. The image just looks beautiful. You got Levi there at the bottom, sort of with his back turned towards the camera, and he's just looking at the enemy that's behind him. We see the legs, we see the guns. It's obviously Kenny the Ripper, or Kenny the Butcher, was it? No, yeah, Kenny the Ripper. Yeah, Kenny the Ripper. So yeah, we know we got Kenny there. Obviously, if you read the manga and you know the connection between the 2 characters, there's a lot of symbolism there as well. But yeah, just the very fact they've shown that poster, like I assume, just goes to show how far they are in production on that current arc. Because that current arc, for the most part, I would imagine it's very easy to adapt, because most of it is just characters talking. There isn't a lot of action in it, to be honest, but what action there is pretty cool, and for the most part I would say it's more like a western, really. I'd say it's western inspired, at least that arc particularly. So yeah, it's cool. I can't wait to see that, but really it's the next arc we want to see. But the fact they released a poster for it this early, compared, you know, when they showed that, like, I think it's just a few months before season 2 aired, you know, just goes to show how far they are in production. So yeah, I think they're right on schedule, as it were. But yeah, I want to really discuss when season 3 would likely end, and when the manga will likely end as well. We know the manga is coming to an end, but we don't know when. Right now, a lot of us are predicting that it's going to end by 120 chapters, or even, at least for me personally, I predict even possibly between 120 and 130, or even 130. But let's think about this carefully, right? Season 3 will air towards the middle, possibly, of 2018, and if it is July, that pretty much gives us 6 months of content, because if it is 25 episodes and we get like 4 episodes a month without any delays, then we're pretty much potentially we're looking at the series, or the season particularly, ending at the very end of 2018, meaning sometime in December will be the last final episode potentially of season 3. Which then would mean that when we get to 2019, we most likely won't get a season 4 till 2020 then. Because think about it, season 3 was announced in June, I believe, at the end of June. So we've had from June till maybe July. That's basically 11 to 12 months, I think. So that's almost a year already. So these guys will be working on this for the next year, or at least they've been working on it now, considering since then. I imagine they've been working on season 3 since they started production on season 2, or at least we're halfway through production of season 2. So they've been working on it at the same time, probably slowly, and now they're just sort of gearing up now to fully put their mind into it and getting it out by that point. But yeah, that's pretty much a year or maybe more of production. and that would make sense if it comes out in 2020 and not 19, because there's just not going to be enough time to finish that up and then suddenly go into season 4 and get that out by the end of the year. No, that's not going to happen. You know, when you make an anime like that, it usually does take a year or two to get done. So yeah, I mean, look at the wait for season 2, for crying out loud, and that's mostly because of the fact that they needed a good idea where the manga is going before they could even do it, and plus get all their original work out at the same time. But now that that's all out of the way, they probably got a good idea of where things are going, and 2020 makes the most sense for season 4 to come out, and properly, because also by the time then the manga will be over. Now let's talk about the manga, when that's likely to end. We're about to get to chapter 100 next month. Next month is chapter 100. Chapter 99 isn't out yet, but in the next few days it will be. And then next month it's chapter 100, and God knows what's going to happen there. You can imagine it's probably going to be a special event, a special chapter. Fingers crossed it is. But after that, when we get to 2018, we got another 12 months in 2018, and that's going to end the manga on 112 chapters. And then we got 2019. Okay, think about that. If season 3 ends, it's going to end with the manga probably being around 112 chapters, and then of course 2019, another 12 months. You put that on there, and that's going to be what, 124. And the assumption is that the manga may end. I don't know where we're getting this from really, but you know, it's just us predicting that it is going to likely end somewhere around 120, which would put it in what, August, September. I don't believe that for a second. I do think it's going to be a bit longer than that, but like I said, most likely it's either going to end at the end of 2019. It's mostly like going to get, sorry about that guys, really I do, like, it's outside the window, I can't do anything about it. Everything's closed, but noise is still going to get through. I think there's a truck outside or cleaning. Arseholes. But yeah, most likely 2019 is when the manga is going to end, and if it doesn't, and it doesn't end on 124, then the next predicted date will be 130 chapters, right? And that will put it in what, 2020, and 130 chapters would happen 6 months after this, so that would be around, you know, January, February, March, April, May, June. So June, or again, most likely July again, that's when the manga would end, if it ends on 130 chapters, and that's most likely where maybe season 4 of the anime would return as well. It would give them pretty much a year and a few extra months to dish that out, and it would be the, you know, maybe they would do it in such a way where the manga and the anime will end at the same time, the same way that the other studio did with Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood, where, you know, the anime and the manga for that came out, you know, the final episode of the anime and the final manga chapter for that came out around the same time. So we could potentially see something like that happening either in, you know, 2020 or not. It all depends on when the manga is coming to an end. But right now, the predicted date is end of 2019 or sometime 2020, with either chapter 120, 24, or 130. We don't know. We don't know if that's confirmed or not. But considering what's happening with the manga right now, with all the stuff and all the new characters, it would make sense that it's extended just a little bit, that we get that, so that it would end likely on 130, because 120 just seems a bit too less considering what's happening right now, and 30 just seems about right. Personally, I don't want that to happen, but it most likely will. But you know, again, we don't know, and this is just me predicting, throwing theories out here. But yeah, guys, that's my theory video. That's my news on all this stuff, and I don't know. Tell me what you think. Tell me when you think either the manga and the anime will most likely end, and then tell me your thoughts down below about what I just predicted, if you agree with it or not. And yeah, as always, guys, like and subscribe, whatever. And I shall see you. Take care and bye.